Hi, it's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. I'm sitting in my stitchy chair today. I thought I'd film here. I've been procrastinating for a little while, and today is a rainy day, and the wind and rain is coming from the east side. I thought it'd be kind of nice if we get some really torrential rains here. I thought it looks like the system's just ending, but maybe the rain, you'll get some nice sound effects. My husband's out for a morning walk, and I thought our birds, we call it birdie camp. We have somebody who looks after them because we were planning on doing some traveling, which we're probably going to do next week. So the house is quiet, and I thought it'd be a good time to film. The light is going kind of funny on me on the camera, and I had just filmed this intro, and it was really annoying it going in and out, but we're going to see how it is. I've changed the position, I've put on another light, and so we'll just see how it is. And this will be a short video. I'm not going to do the draw today. I'll do the draw next week. We haven't got lots of entries, so I did bring the things with me, and I think I can remember the words. So just to give people another shot, they can comment on this video too. And then I'll do it next week or next time I videotape, if we're traveling. It may not be next week. We'll see. Okay, so I got a few things to show you. I got 0 finishes. I got some number. I think 3 new starts and such. So I got some new stuff to show you. So we shall start with, why don't I I'll show the giveaways first, just to get that done and out of the way. So this is a little different order, but I'll show you the most popular one so far first. So there's this. This is called Halloween Hill. I have a hard time saying that word. Halloween Hill. And the key word for this is hill. It's by the Calico Confectionery. I have a hard time saying that too. I haven't had my coffee yet. It's sitting right there. This is the next one. This is by Tiny Modernist. This is called Moth and the Moon. Moth and the Moon. The keyword for this is moon. No, it's moss. It's moss. Moss. Moss or moth. If you do moon too, I'll catch it. And there's a small one. This is a heart in hand. It's called a wee one, and it's called the Tall Tree Sampler. I love this. Even though it's small, it's a good little stitch, but Tall Tree Sampler, it was cute. I really enjoyed doing this one. Keyword for this is tree. And then from KEB Studio Creations, this is the Plaid Summer Series. So the word for this is plaid, Plaid, Plaid Summer Series. Okay, if you're interested in any of those, just put a comment with one of those words below. Oh, I still have I get little knobby things in my hair when I tied in a thing. Need to wash my hair today. So that would have been just another procrastination. I said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, so one of the first things I worked on is, and it's a new start that you haven't seen, is this one. I won this from Forest City Stitching, Lisa, some time ago. I think almost this time last year. And this is by, who's it by? Well, they don't put it on that part. They put it on a different part. This is by With Thy Needle and Thread, which I've never done before. It called for fancy floss. I just kitted it up myself and with whatever I wanted. I just take the needle minder off. I still have threads in here because this is totally last minute impromptu thing, but there you go. This is on a Kaylee fabric. It is, I need something to cover up. This light behind me. There we go. This is Fabric of the Month by Kaylee. It's an opalescent, and it is called Elsa's Soiree. And I'll see if I can get it to shine for you. You're not gonna. It's really, really shiny. Yeah, you can't see. But what you've seen that I've started is I got so far the corner. I need to do a few more. Sorry, that butt was really loud. A few more of these little fruits or whatever they're supposed to be. I got some more to put over here, and then I'm working on the shoe coming across. But I am enjoying it. I love it on this fabric. I think it looks fantastic. It's really, really shiny in person, but you can't tell that here. So there you go. So that's Field Moss Hollow a start, and hopefully I do a bit every day. There's a lot of that boot, so I'm trying to put in some black each night, and I'm probably going to just outline it. So this thread is working at outlining, and I got to move the Q-snap, so I thought I'd do some before I move the Q-snap. Okay, we'll leave this handy dandy thing here. Okay, next I just started last night this one here. Ooh, that was the pattern. This one here is Plaid Autumn. And so I'm going to be doing them in this order. Boop, boop, boop. So this is this month, September's, and it's a little acorn. And so just started it last night. Again, these are great for little scraps of fabric. And I've got this tiny little hoop, which works out really perfect. But there is the start of my acorn. It has six colors. But 3 of the colors are in the top, and then 3 are going to be in the bottom part of the acorn. So I find you can actually see the way I work these. The way her plaids work is there's usually 3 colors, and 1 color will be in almost this checkerboard pattern. And so what I tend to do is after I found the middle, I work my way up, then I get down, then I'll just actually do the angle of the main one. And then the other 2 colors, they'll be alternating going down. So then it's just really easy just to do it. So she says you can do these on like a 14 count or 16 count. I like doing these on a 28 count or 32 or whatever, because they do have half stitches and quarter stitches, and I much prefer not to do that on Aida. But there you go. That's the start of my plaid acorn. That's great. That should usually they take me about, I always think I can do them in a day. It's really actually 2 or 3 days. So it's probably a solid 10 or 12 hours stitching on those. Okay. I'll show you my seasonal one. This is quite exciting. So last Sunday, today is Saturday, so I'll be working on this tomorrow. But last Sunday, this is from Cross Stitch for the Earth by Emma Congdon. And this is what I'm talking about. Oops. Is Nature's Flux. It has no name, but that's what I'm calling it, is Nature's Flux. And there are 4 seasons here. They're that was spring, summer, fall, and winter. So I'm trying to do them on my seasonal Sundays in the whatever the season is. So I am still in summer season, but I had a bee in my bonnet, so to speak. And I finished off my summer section last Sunday. So there you go. Now I just kept going on it. It was kind of funny because, now you can see that swan. Isn't that neat? And the funny thing on this was I thought that was some kind of insect or something. It's a leaf. So this is a big huge sunflower, and they have a leaf in the summer part and a leaf in the fall part. She does a lot of that work, kind of like how this tree is half in the spring, half in the summer. She kind of to show the change of the season. So it's really, really cool. And I apologize for this light going in and out. I do not know why it's doing it. It's very, very annoying, but nothing I can do about it. So there you go. And then the frog is super cute. So you got tadpoles becoming a frog. And then that butterfly. So what I did was I actually did all of this section down here. So that was great. So I am going to be starting on, I want to get ahead on this. I think I mentioned it briefly last time, because of my seasonal quilts that I'm going to be starting, which I want to start springs do them during January, February, like do it by the months versus by the equinox or the first day of spring or first day of whatever. So that means I have to finish this by the end of this year, which will be nice because it'll add to my finishes for the year. But it also means I have to get my butt in gear. So there is that. Okay, now I don't have everything marked down here. So I'm going to show you another thing that just I'm going to show you them as they're sitting here. So as you know, it is Sampler September, and I'm trying to work through my stash. 2-ish years ago, I was in Nanaimo and I went to their stitch shop, which is Stitcher's Muse. I think that's what it is. And they had a bunch of consignment stuff. So someone had passed away and they had all of their stash. And part of that, I bought a bunch of fabrics at the time, which were great. I bought some patterns. They also had some of their whips. And the whips were all packaged up like kits. And it was pay what you want. And so I picked up 2. I'm going to show you one right now. And this one I'm doing for Sampler September. So all this is like I don't know if it's the photocopies or a PDF download. It doesn't have a lot of information on it, but this is the actual stitch and it's called Summer Fruits. I don't know what year this was. I got a little bit of information. It's by Stephanie from Nouveau Encore Designs. And I don't have a year, but this is what it is. And so as I'm working this up, I'm actually really happy. So the person who stitched this had all the way down. They worked very neatly down and they had just finished this row of letters right here. So as I pick this up, so I'm doing from this row of fruits down. So approximately 1/3, maybe a tiny bit less. But as I was doing this corner, it was like, thank God I only got one more of those corners to do. I didn't have to do all 4. But it's a challenging stitch. Like I said, I'm actually kind of happy that I'm not doing the whole thing, but having a part. And it's nice to be finishing somebody else's work. So I might not be able to show this very well, but so like I said, she had done up to here and I've just started here. So what I did was those fruits, the letter U, and the corner. Now, can actually see a bit of a difference just in the colors. The colors have faded a bit. I don't know. I noticed as I'm stitching, because I got her threads. You probably won't be able to tell, but this U that I just stitched is a little bit more vibrant in the darkness of it. And the funny thing is she's actually using 2 strands and I'm using 1 strand. This is 28 count and it's I'm doing 1/1. She was doing 2/1. I don't know how she was doing that, but the 1 strand is fine. 2 strands is way too much. And at first I thought her stitches were so neat, but now I see that they're actually a little bit clunky. So the 1 strand is the way to go. So there you go. So that is my start. I was a little annoyed when I started this. I thought, oh, well, this is great, even just for the fabric and for the threads, because the threads she had in Flosstube bags, and they look like quite a bit of threads. And I thought, well, it's a good deal for that alone. You pay what you want, and I wasn't sure how much to pay. And so whenever you do that, you kind of like, oh, did I pay too much, or did I pay enough, and kind of all that stuff. And when I started this, the first thread wasn't there. Actually, so far I have found 4 threads aren't there at all. So that's, and I think what probably happened, maybe she was actually stitching on this at the time and she had them all kitted up, but had what she was actually working on separate, or they just fell out and whoever was packing up the stuff just didn't know. So luckily, the ones that have been missing, I actually had in my stash. And because I'm only using 1 strand, it's not a lot, and I'm only doing the end of this. So it is okay. It was just a little annoying when you think something's fully kitted up and then you're missing threads. And I got tons of the other stuff. So I'll show you. Like this is all the threads in the Flosstube. And some of these, like there's lots of skeins. Like that's 2 skeins there. All right, there's like 3 skeins of that. So, you know, it's probably the price I paid covered the DMC. Now these are old DMC. You can tell by the labeling. It's the old style. It's fine. I don't mind, as it hopefully will match what the modern colors are. But there you go. And one annoying thing in this, and she made a note of it in the thing, and I'll probably reiterate this when I give this away, but that's not yet till I finish. There is 2 colors that are called for in the pattern, and she put use this color instead. So it's 3815 and 163, and you probably can't tell here, but stitching it, they look exactly the same. I cannot tell the difference. Still doing it as it's called for, because that's what she did, and so just to keep with it. But she had noticed that too, and so she made a note that a different color would have been better for contrast. But so that is Summer Fruits, and that's my sampler September. So based on what I got left, I'm kind of trying to do a motif a day, but this bottom motif took me, I think, 3 days, 2.5 days. So I think last night I did this bottom motif and this cherry, which is really hard to see. There's a little cherry over there. So that's what I ended up doing. But there you go. I'll just show you a little closer. Very, very delicate stitching, being 1/128 count. So it's nice. It'll be nice when it's done too. So that will be my September finish of an old whip. I wasn't really counting it as one of my whips because it is somebody else's whip, but in a sense it is. So, and it does feel good finishing off somebody else's work. I always think of that when something like this. Okay, next we will go with some of my dailies. So this is a pattern that I created myself from a photograph. It's a local scene here called Boar's Head Lighthouse. And so far it is just blue. It's the sky, and it is 797. I think it's 40,000 stitches, 797. So I have done, I don't know how many stitches I've done. I didn't make a note, but I do 200 a day. And so I think last time you saw it, I was somewhere, I think down right about here. And so I finished off down here and now started my next diagonal. So there you go. There, oh, that was good light right there. There it is. Oh, but there you go. That's Boar's Head. It's going to be a lot of this for a long time before I get to anything of interest, but it's yeah, just kind of a daily stitch of watch a video and just put in some lengths of 797 and get excited when I get down to the corner or the edge and I get to do some other colors but even though they're more blues. And then the 797 comes in again below because the other blues are just a cloud. Okay. I haven't started my next Max Pigeon one yet, or Pigeon Coop stitch. I got picked out what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it on that piece of fabric I showed you last week. But I've just been stitching on my stuff, and there's only so much time in the day. So my other daily that I do is the Heaven and Earth Designed Sal, and it is Chiro Machete, and it is Astro Cat. And so this one I also put about 200 stitches in a day. Oh, there we go. That's better light. I don't know if there's any way to get this a little bit. Lighting is not good. Okay, there we go. So I am working on the diagonal to try it like this way. But when I have a thread, I go all over the place with thread. So you actually aren't seeing a diagonal. It's just a way for me to actually pick which thread to work on. But you can now see this corner is completely done. And I'm just coming down and just working away. So I am on target to finish for the end of the year. That's great. And I do love it. I think it is gorgeous. But the cat's eye, it will be coming up eventually, but it'll be a little while. And then the other one that I work on is trying to work out these threads. Got lots of park threads on this. I was going to try and cut down on my park threads, but I obviously didn't do a very good job of that. This is paint with stitches. And in the drop box below, I'll include a code for if you want 10% off. They're pretty inexpensive, but this is a Maud Lewis into cross stitching, and this is called Harbor Scene. And I work on it every Monday, and I'm obviously finished off this red house, and then we got the stilts it's on, and it's just coming along great. I think it's gorgeous. I really, really, really do love it. Just carry on this. So I'm doing this almost 10 by 10 diagonal. So this is the bottom of it. So it's going to be small. It is a mini. It's about 14,000 stitches. And then I'm doing it 1/1 on 25 count. So it's a mini. So it'll be really small. But that's kind of fun for me. And that is everything. So I told you it was going to be a short one. I'm just going to put this down here. Oops. Yeah, that's everything. Like I said, we didn't get to hear the rain, but we do have a bit of a rainstorm. I think it's just finishing. It's just passing. What else? Oh, the other day, we've had some gorgeous weather. It's been really, really nice. And the other day, we always go for a walk in the evenings, just along a little dirt road here that's right by the ocean. And where we live, there's lots of whale watching companies. So there's probably at least about 7 whale watching companies, like 4 right that I can actually see from right where I am. And in the evening, we were going for a walk, and a whale watching trip was just coming back. So all the people were offloading from the boat. We were walking along our little dirt road. And all of a sudden, just down the passage and just like right out there, we saw a humpback breach from shore. From shore, we saw a humpback breach and splash. And they all just went crazy. We were surprised. And it did it about 7 times. And you could just hear, we kept walking to get closer. You could hear the thump of it. It was amazing and unbelievable. We often see minkies going through the passage as we saw a juvenile eagle fly nearby. We've seen gannets dive bomb the water, which is always really cool. But it was a really, really special walk. So it was pretty fantastic. That's kind of one of our highlights of the day, is going for a little walk along there at the end of the day. Yeah. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I'm very much in the fall mood. This is my fallish shirt. It's got the same little pattern of just fall leaves at the bottom. Yeah, we're probably going to go on a little bit of a mini vacation. Originally, we were going to go on a big vacation. Then it became a medium-sized vacation. Now it's a mini vacation, but that's all right. I have family coming out in a couple of weeks, so we have to sort of be around, but that's okay. We're doing some house renos, working away at that. I am totally diamond art addicted right now. So I actually have to kind of time myself when I work on it, not so much that I could work an hour, but because I have to get back to my cross stitching. I still love my cross stitching. They are different, but they also are very complementary, that's for sure. So somebody did say, oh, I'd like to see it when you're done. So I will show you when I'm done. I did end up buying a Diamond Art Club kit. It's on its way. It's funny because I saw it And I didn't know that there was crossover with Heaven and Earth Design artists too. And so it was one of the ones I had wanted to on my wish list, and Heaven and Earth Designs to stitch. And so this is a good compromise because it's a little, I don't know if I want more and more big projects. So yeah, so that one's coming. That'll be exciting. That will take a long time to do. I think it's 100,000. So it'll be a while. So, but yeah, that's probably anything else. Trying to think. It's been really, really nice weather and really fall-ish. It's been very, very much a fall feel. That's for sure. So yeah, I think that's all I can think of. So don't forget, you can still enter into the giveaways that I'll probably do next time. Just comment below. In between now and next time, I will have had my 3rd year Flossiversary. So that's exciting. I won't do any giveaways because I've already done a bunch of giveaways. But yeah, it's 3 years doing this. So I was going to do a whip parade. I just motivationally can't get to it. I don't know. There's some mental block happening that I can't do it. So it took me a lot just to get this done. So we'll see. If it randomly shows up, that's why. If not, you guys you're seeing all my whips because I'm working through them. So there's a couple that have been sitting languishing that you may not have seen, but I'm also not working on them. So you're really not seeing much. So we'll just go with this for now. Okay. Okay, so I will see you in a week or maybe a little bit longer, based on if we go away. If we go away, it'll probably be in 2 weeks. I'll see it. But anyways, I will see you sometime. Take care and happy stitching, everybody. Bye.